Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpents, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Strap yourselves in. We've got a big episode today, kicking off in a big way. SEC versus Ripple, a major shift in the SEC strategy is admission of defeat. This is getting really interesting. So, if the SEC truly is going to try and make an argument that the difference between XRP and ETH is that the XRP Ripple ledger is not fully built out, that is a major shift in the SEC strategy and major admission of a defeat for the SEC. Now, what are we talking about here? What we're talking about and what we are discussing is that there is a potential that the SEC says that the logic of the agency's case versus Ripple is that the company's infrastructure is still being built out, that the token was used to finance the thing and considered as security for that, while Ethereum has been totally built out for years. So they're saying the Ripple infrastructure and the blockchain wasn't built out, and so it was sold as a security because it wasn't ready yet, while the Ethereum one has already been out for years. Now, from a legal expert, it is intriguing. So in the recent Ethereum 2.0, is said to be upgrades to the scalability, security, and sustainability of Ethereum. So does that upgrade then justify that Ethereum is not entirely built out? I mean, if the SEC are going down this path, it's a loss. They already were losing. Now they're just trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, but this is just so intriguing. If the SEC is going to try and make an argument that the difference between XRP and Ethereum is that the Ripple ledger is not fully built out, that is ludicrous. That's just insanity. And so, what do I smell? I do smell a settlement coming through, because that there is just beyond ridiculous. What the shift that they're trying to make. Now, in other big news, Novity and Ripple Partners expands into Thailand. So, major news, only a couple of hours old. The Novity's partnership with Ripple has now expanded to Thailand and is generating revenue. Follows a momentum of Novity tapping on RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service for remittance between Australia and the Philippines in April. And now they're expanding it into Thailand as well. So this is massive. It's all over the internet, and you can check it out as well. There's a full letter on what the partnership agreement means to them. Now, if you thought the other two newses were big, check this one out. Former SEC Chair Clayton directed Perkins Coie to draft a memo giving Ethereum and Bitcoin a unique advantage in the crypto space. Then his SEC sued their top competitor the day Chairman Clayton left SEC. So what we're talking about here is that there's a video that's been uncovered that indicates that the SEC Chairman Clayton was behind the SEC's move that created a favorable environment for two cryptos, Ethereum and Bitcoin, while he was at the SEC. Then he dropped a lawsuit on the largest competitor, Ripple, on his last day of office. So, again, settlement or a win. This is what's coming. I hate to sound like a broken record to the naysayers, but I really don't see anything else to come. HSBC supportive of CBDCs, working with 8 nations. So they are pro CBDCs. It is the future. It is coming. So good to see. The UAE stock market regulator approves crypto assets trading. This is mass adoption, guys, right before our eyes. Time and time again, it might not be XRP related exactly, but it is mass adoption related, and it is coming. Bitcoin creates bullish candlestick after considerable bounce. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the bounce. Kraken app now lets you buy over 50 cryptos with Apple Pay and Google Pay. Again, mass adoption. Mass adoption. Mass adoption. The Binance teamed up with the US law enforcement and took down suspected money launderers, right? So, nice to see Binance, I guess, in the good books for a change, because they certainly haven't been in the last couple of weeks. Now, the US bank regulator slams decentralized finance DeFi as fool's gold. I mean, again, we go back to the 90s. We talk about what happened back then with mass adoption. Same thing is happening now. Misunderstood, scared, misjudged. These are all things that, I wouldn't be surprised that next year we see US bank regulator says DeFi is the new great asset in the world. So don't be too concerned about stuff like that. Twitter users can now get paid in Bitcoin, but not Ethereum. So Twitter users with iOS devices will now be able to send and receive tips in Bitcoin via the Lightning Network. Very interesting move. Again, mass adoption. Now, the big one here is the Ripple scores win despite losing motion for the SEC employees XRP holdings. We spoke about this yesterday. Just want to reiterate that while they lost the motion, they did get a win because of the fact that the SEC do have to go back to Ripple and give them answers. So it is coming, which I find very, very good. So the Novity news are all over the internet. Very big, the expansion into Thailand. The XRP lawsuit, settlement speculations rise upon SEC request for an extension to file seal. Yet again, the latest update in the XRP lawsuit saw the SEC appeal for an extension to file for its letter motion to seal certain portion of Ripple's objections as responses to the SEC second and third sets of interrogatories submitted as exhibits to the court for the court's consideration in support of the SEC's letter opposing defendants' letter motion to compel further responses interrogatives. So once again, more delays, look, I think that both sides are just being so nice to each other when it comes to this kind of stuff that, there is, I believe that there is constant negotiations happening on a daily basis, and that once all the agreements are made, the final seal of approval will be made. But the settlement speculations are rising, and they're rising fast, and they're making traction all over the internet. Now, Jay Clayton said in a recent interview, I did not know that these companies while I was in the government. Well, you did. You did, buddy. And this news is traveling all over the internet. He did know them. He definitely knew who those companies were. And look, you can hide, but you can't hide. And that's the beautiful thing about the internet these days. We do catch you out. Let's jump into Atani. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, right now, when we're looking at the charts, we're looking on the hourly. We can see that we touched the Bollinger Band and then we've bounced off of it perfectly. We were sitting at 97 and then we've taken off. Now, you can see the MACD on the hourly is bearish. You can see that the RSI is starting to move in the right direction, but not quite yet. We have seen Bitcoin started to move as well. So we're seeing 1.70% up, but most are down today. Including Ripple, which at the time of making this is sitting at 1.61% down for the moment. But the hourly candle is starting to move. When I look at the 4 hour, and we're moving into the 4 hour territory, not much movement has happened, right? So it's been fairly steady on the MACD on a bullish. The 12 hour shows a different story. So we can see that when we went to 87 cents, we were outside the Bollinger Band. Then we bounced very nicely to over $1. We've gone back down to 97, and I think we'll touch down again and then go up again. So is it over yet? Possibly not. And I did speak about that. I did speak about the possibilities of us, touching and then maybe touching touching this particular line again. When we look at 87, 85 cents, we could see it again before we take off. As I mentioned in previous videos, that we could see it 3 times. We haven't yet, but still a possibility. We're not out of it just yet. Let's have a look at some drawings. Now, my famous road to $14. How do we get there? Well, accumulation phase has finished. And when the accumulation phase finished last time, when we look at 2017, 2018, you can see here just how monstrous this accumulation phase has been. And so from a charts perspective, I think that we are ready to go, and I think we will touch 14. I know that there are lots of talks about all the other numbers, but I think touching 14 and then having a nice retrace will occur, and of course I'll be right here. And we can see here, you look at on the daily volume and what's been going on, and you can tell, right? It's coming. It really is coming. But I did mention that we could potentially have another 3 touches of 85 to 80 cents before we continue to rise. So while everybody was getting excited over the last couple of days in regards to in regards to the movement that has been going on, I think that we do need to play smart, because I think this is going to last a couple more days. I know that when the prices start to go up, we get very, very excited, but I believe that based on my opinion, on the chart's opinion, I think that there is still 2 to 3 more opportunities of accumulation in the 85 to 80 range before we really truly kick off. So patience is very, very important right now, because the last days of September, your patience will be tested yet again. And I just want to warn you in advance. From here, we'll hover around between 120 and 170, and then we'll kick off and go towards $4.30, which breaks the previous all-time high, accumulate a little bit, and then we off again. So from whichever way we look at it, it is looking really, really, really fine. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. Another scenario that I want to play out to you, which I don't really think we're going down this particular direction, but this could be a way that we go towards $22, $23. But for me, I want to focus on that getting to 14. I think 14 is achievable. And then from there, I'll be here every single day to guide you on what we do next. But it is super, super exciting to be with you. I can feel it. I can feel it that the settlement is around the corner. I hope you can too. If you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. And I look forward to see you on the next one.